So what's up, YouTube? This is Josh coming at you, and I decided to start the year off with a little bit of like a channel update, kind of like a year in review and a look forward to 2023. Stay tuned. So welcome back, you guys. So like I said, I'm going to kick this year off with a cold beer and a little chill channel update with you guys, kind of do a year in review and kind of do a look forward to this next year. I actually shot this video a couple days ago. I was going to do this, and I kind of went completely off the cut. Had a few too many brewskis before I jumped into it, and I thought, I'm not gonna use that. I don't want anybody to make too much fun of me, so I decided I would reshoot it. So we're gonna kick it off with this brew, though. This brew we got here is from Aldus Brewing Company. They're out of Hanover, Pennsylvania, and this is the Dadicus Bodicus Extra Pale Ale. This one comes in at 6% ABV. Never had it before. I've enjoyed quite a few beers from Aldus, however you want to pronounce that. They are actually only maybe 15 minutes. They're probably the closest brewery to my house. I like the brewery. It's a great brewery. They have some great beers. This is just the first time with this beer. So you guys know I do like IPAs. This one is an extra pale ale, and it smells divine. It's got the flavor to match the nose for sure on this one. That's a really good one right there. And I figured why not? It's because I get my dad bod on, so we might as well get the dad bod on right here too, right? It's that time of year. We've all put in a little bit too much time at the dinner table, had a few too many cups of this and that, got a couple extra pounds on for our hibernation state. If you guys are ever in the Hanover, Pennsylvania area, check out Aldus Brewing Company. They do make some killer good brews. So I actually made some notes because there was no way that this old burnout brain of mine was ever going to remember what I wanted to say in this video. So I guess we started the year off strong last year. We were nominated for YouTuber of the Month in January. We are a two-time loser of YouTuber of the Month, but that's okay. It's all fun and games. It's just cool interacting with you guys out there in YouTube, the community. You meet so many cool people when you're making content and checking other people's content out. Lots of friends that I've never met, all right there on the other side of that screen. So I'm ashamed to say that I really did not complete a ton of games this year. Was just too busy. I played a ton of games, but didn't complete a lot of games. I think I completed 14 and damn near completed 2 other ones that I quit on when I was deep into the game. That's not many compared to a lot of you guys out there doing that 52 game challenge, trying to get it in as much as you can. Life's just busy, and another thing that I'm ashamed of is to say that I really didn't beat, I don't think, even one retro game. Even though I play a ton of retro games, I don't think I actually beat one that you would consider a retro game. The first game that I started off the year with that I completed was one that I've been putting off playing for quite a while, and I wish that I hadn't, because it was a great game. It was Dead Space, the original Dead Space. I had heard that they were going to be doing a remake of it. I don't know if I'll play the remake of it, to be honest with you, or not. The first game was damn good. What's the point of needing it? I do want to get into Dead Space 2 and 3 eventually, though, and kick that series off the rest of the way. The second game I beat was one that I started and stopped, and that's probably why I don't complete a lot of games, because I just get bored with stuff, or I fall off of it and into something else. But it was Horizon Zero Dawn. Now, I knew that they were going to be bringing out Horizon Forbidden West. I wanted to finish it. I loved it when I played it the first time. I played probably halfway, 3/4 of the way into it, and then just kind of fell away from it. And then when I started my playthrough this past year, I went ahead and I started from the beginning, started from scratch. I didn't want to come into the game that far and work my way through it, and honestly just loved that game to death. I'm not sure, I was talking to someone else about it, I'm not sure if I want to jump into Forbidden West on my PS4, because I don't have a PS5, and I'm probably not planning on getting a PS5 for a while, or not. If you guys think it's worth playing on the PS4, that I should go ahead and jump into it, because I really did love the first game. The next game that I completed was Uncharted 4. Now, in 2021, I ran through, I had never played them before either. I ran through the Uncharted series 1, 2, and 3. I had it on the collection on the PS4. It was just simplified. I have it on the PS3 as well, but it was just simplified to run through it on the PS4 remaster that they did, and I absolutely loved all 3 of those games. Fantastic games. Now, obviously, 2 was a little bit higher of a level than both of the other games, but all excellent games. And I thought part 4 was a great way for them to end the Nathan Drake story. I know some people didn't care for the story. They kind of felt like his brother was a weak character and that the story just didn't make that much sense. But I thought it was good. Maybe it was just me. I don't know. The next game I completed was one that I worked on forever. One of the couple on this list that I worked on forever, and that was Fallout 4. Now, I love Fallout 4. I love the Fallout series, just a fantastic series. The great lore of the world and the story and everything just draws you in. I got sidetracked a lot with Fallout 4. I went through it 100%, completed all the missions, completed all the endings. When I say completed, it's a game that I've been working on for years, and I just mess around in, you know, going in it. They have a settlement building mode, which is actually pretty awesome. I've took some tips and tricks from someone else and built one hell of a big, beautiful settlement. Maybe one day I'll show it off if anybody's interested. I don't know if they are or not. It's really cool. There's a channel on YouTube called School Zone that does some killer builds with Fallout 4. But I finally was able to go through and finish the endings for the game and see it through and say it was done with. But I still love the game. The next one that I completed was probably the only retro game that's on the list here, and that was Super Mario RPG. Had never played it before. It's been sitting on my shelf for like years and years. I picked that game up probably 8 to 10 years ago because it was just one that it's one that I never had as a kid and I wanted to play, and I just thought, hey, it would be kind of interesting to have it, so I grabbed it up back then with the intentions of playing it and never got around to it. Finally got to it this year. Fun little game. If you love RPGs, you'll like it. If you love the Mario franchise, you'll probably like it too. I thought it was a great game. Honestly, not that hard, not that difficult, pretty easy game. All the way to the end boss, he was a little bit sketchy right there. I think I had to run through him once or twice, but otherwise, really cool little game. The next one I moved into was another RPG. Now, I did complete a few RPGs this year, so that may be in my defense in saying that I put a lot of my gamer hours into it. But the next one was one that kind of surprised me. It was South Park: Stick of Truth. If you like South Park and the raunchy bedroom humor of the show, you'll like the game. If you like RPGs as well, you're gonna love the game. It was a fantastic game. I had a lot of fun with it, a lot of laughs with it too. Really cool game. The next one was a set of games, and I count it as 3 because it's 3 different games, but it's all on one disc. It was Journey, Flower, and Flow. Now, these games, you can run through those games probably. I think Journey, you could probably run through all 3 of them in a day if you just sat down and put like 10 hours into it. But that's not the time that I have to play games. But I figured, you know, I ran through Journey. I think it was in maybe 2 or 3 sit-down sessions for me, a couple hours a pop. That one was the longer of the 3. Flower and Flow are a little bit shorter, but if you haven't played the games, they're really beautiful games. They're not I don't know, they're just a different kind of gaming experience. With Flower, you're a flower petal, and you roll around with the wind, and you have to gather other flower petals, and it's sort of like a puzzler, I guess, in a way, but really cool little games. The next one is one that I finished on a mobile device. I finished it years ago again, but I don't know. I just started playing it again, and it was Plants vs. Zombies. I thought I actually like the game. It's one of the more fun mobile games to play out there, so I'll count it. Another one that I finished was the end of a trilogy that I had started years ago, was Resistance 3. Now, I actually really did enjoy Resistance 3. Years back, I finished the first Resistance Fall of Man and Resistance 2. Loved both of the games. Started Resistance 3 years back, as I said. Just for some reason, it didn't grab me right off the break, and I just put it down and never got back to it. So I wanted to get back to it and finish it. I did. It was a great game, honestly. Once I got back into it again, the story, it just pulled me back in. In some ways, it's kind of better than the other 2 games. But it's probably got a few more survival horror elements than just the shooter elements. But I'll let you guys be the judge of that out there. If you enjoyed that one more, or if you enjoyed the first or second game more. The next game on the list that I completed was one that I made a bet with someone else, and I said I'm finally going to finish this damn game after years of piddling around in it, and that one is Skyrim. Skyrim is one of those games that everyone out there has probably played, and when you get into it and you're playing it and you're going through, you'll be going on a quest. Here's my waypoint. I need to get over to there, and you start heading in that direction, and you get sidetracked. You just do. You're like, hey, there's a path. Wonder what's up that way. Hey, look, there's a statue up on the hill. Let me go check that out. And you just get completely sidetracked, and before you know it, you've spent hours away from the goal that you set, and you just never get around to it. So I had to commit myself to finally finishing the main storyline, and that's what I made a bet with another tuber. I'm holding him to it. He's going to get it done this year. The next one I completed was another one that I sunk probably well over 100 hours into, and that was Cyberpunk 2077. Now, I'm gonna just go out there and just jump ahead of myself for a minute. And for me personally, of all the games I played this year, that was my game of the year. Now, some folks would say, what? You like that better than Dead Space? You like that better than Super Mario RPG? All those games are great games, but for some reason, that game, I just couldn't put it down. I put, like I said, well over 100 hours into the game. I completed all the side quests, all the gigs, all the endings. You know, there's a point in the game where you get to where it's like the point of no return. So you finish everything before that, and then you can go through, and then when you reload your save, you can go back and play it and get a different ending. So I did all that. I had a great time with it. I don't know that I will jump back in for the DLC that they're planning to drop for it. I think they're planning to drop one DLC for that game. I think you're gonna have to pay for the DLC, and the cheap bastard to me says, I don't know if I'm gonna pay for it. It depends. I don't know. We'll see. The final game that I completed for the year that I closed out 2022 with was one that had been in the backlog. I threw a community poll out there. You guys voted on it and you chose it for me, and I played it and completed it the week of right before New Year. So it was Ni no Kuni, the first Ni no Kuni. I have not played the second one yet, but man, was I missing out by not playing that game. That is another game that is just an epic, man. What a great RPG. It is gorgeous. For a PS3 game, for a PS3 era game, it is gorgeous. I was really missing out on that one. So if you guys have never played Ni no Kuni, I highly recommend it. It's a fantastic RPG to sink some time into. Man, it is just a visual masterpiece, honestly. I was going to talk about reaching a milestone with the channel as far as subscribers is concerned. Because when I first shot this a week or so ago, I was sitting at like 491, 492 subscribers. I really don't watch it hard. I mean, I'm not really in it for subscribers. I'm in it just for the community aspect of it. But I was getting close, and I was going to bring it up. Honestly, when I started the channel a little bit over 2 years ago, it was kind of like on a whim. My kids said, hey, you should post something to YouTube. You should create a YouTube channel. I watched plenty of YouTube. I never really had a channel, and I never really commented on videos. I would just watch them and move along. But ever since I created a channel at my kids' desire for me to do so, to do an unboxing on it, and I've kind of fallen in love with the community aspect of the channel and being able to talk to you guys and the common hobby. It's just cool. So at that point, when I had started it, I didn't expect it to get any traction. But then as the community started building up, and I slowly got up to about 100 subscribers, I thought, you know what would be cool? I'm going to set a goal for myself for subscribers. And that was 500 subs. That's really what I wanted. And honestly, the reason I wanted 500 subscribers was because I wanted the community tab. Now, not too long ago, YouTube decided just to go ahead and give the community tab to everyone, which was a great idea by YouTube to do that. They should have did that to begin with. So I didn't need the community tab anymore, but I did hit the 500 subscriber goal just yesterday. Man, this is what drinking beer does to you while you're trying to shoot a video. I just completed the 500 subscriber goal, hit it yesterday. Thanks to Omega Ace Gaming. He threw a shout out my way on Twitter and on YouTube, and he pulled me in maybe 10, 12 subscribers in like one day, and boom, I was at 500 subscribers already. So I appreciate it. And honestly, want to throw the other appreciation out to a few of you other tubers that have helped me along the way. You know, Jordy Slasher Gaming, you were one of the first channels that actually gave my little channel a shout out in one of your videos, and you brought me way back when at the beginning, you brought me quite a few subscribers as well. Retro Rivals, you guys are another one. Do You Nerd, you guys are another one. You guys have thrown my name around a few times in different videos or did different things with me, and you guys have brought me some subscribers along. And really just anybody that's found me, I just want to say thanks to you guys for subscribing to the channel, because you know, I'm just a regular Joe who likes drinking beer and playing video games. So for the channel itself, going forward, we will continue with the CRT Saturday Matinee. And as part of that format of CRT Saturday Matinee, we're going to continue with showing off beers, but that's pretty much the format of every video we do on the channel. We're also going to continue to shout out channels that we think need a little bit more recognition. We're going to continue with the Behind the Cover series. I like doing the series. The series is a lot of work for me. I put 4 of them out this past year. I think it was 4 in 5 months. That's because I kind of got on a roll and wrote out the scripts. They do a little, like I said, they take a little bit of work for me. I have to do the research, I have to write a script, I have to record it, I have to do the edits, which the edits are the biggest part of it. That just takes forever. I'm going to continue to do them though, but I'm doubtful that they're going to be a monthly thing because I just don't have the time to do that. I'll try to get, you know, maybe every other month at a minimum, 6 to 10 of them a year possibly. We'll see. We're going to keep doing our VGM because I love VGM. That's what started my channel, was a video games monthly unboxing. I like unboxings and I like pickup videos. Some people hate them, and I know there's not a whole lot of thought process that has to be put into them as far as just creating them. I don't know if you'd even call me a creator because it's not really that much. It's just me sitting in front of a camera here talking to you guys and showing off some games that I got. But I enjoy it and I enjoy watching it, so I'm going to keep doing it. We're going to try to keep doing them as much as we can on some sort of location where we'll go out to a bar or a brew pub or a barcade or just the beach or somewhere like we did this year. We did like 4 or 5 of them this year like that. I don't always have the time to do them on location, but I'm going to try to do as many of them as I can that way. So as you can hear in the background, my son is playing his Oculus. He's loud as crap when he's on the Oculus, so don't mind him. The next thing, pickup of the year. So it's not hard at all this year for me to say what my pickup of the year was. The pickup of the year was easily the pickup that happened back in April, where I found a buttload of PlayStation 1 and 2 games that were some really killer titles at a thrift shop for $1 a piece. I'll throw a little footage up here. I'll cut it in here somewhere and let you guys check that out for a second in case you missed it. Maybe I'll link the video in the description as well. All right, so looking forward for the channel. So I don't really want to call them resolutions. A couple years ago, I did a New Year's resolution thing, and I don't think I hit the mark on hardly any of the ones that I set resolutions for. But looking forward for the channel, like I said, we're going to continue with the main series of stuff that we do, the VGM, the Behind the Cover, the CRT Saturday Matinee. We are going to attempt to finish at least 26 games. Now, that's nothing compared to what you guys have did with the 52 game or 52 plus game challenge. You guys are knocking out a game or 2 a week. I can't do it. There's no way that I could possibly do it, especially because I want to hit a lot of these RPGs and these action adventure games that take a little bit longer for me to complete, and that's what I want to do. So I'm going to try to hit the goal of 26. That would be like 2 games a month. I'm sure I'm going to come across them, and I'm going to also try to play some more retro games to completion because, you know, when I looked over what I did this year, I know I played a lot of retro games. I really did. I would throw them in, play a level or 2. I did some on for CRT Saturday Matinee. I just did a bunch of them when I would get games and test them out and check them out, play them for a little bit. But I did not complete enough of them. I am going to definitely go to 1 convention, and I'm going to try to go to 2 conventions this year. The one that I'm definitely going to, have not bought my tickets yet, but I have the vacation marked off at work already. The wife does as well. We're going to be going down to South Carolina in July for Siege. I'm going to hit Greenville, and then I'm going to go to the beach for the rest of the week. But we're definitely going to be going to Siege, so I know a lot of you guys are going to be going there as well. So hopefully I'll get to hook up with some of you guys and hang out, maybe play some games, maybe drink some beer. We'll see what happens. I'm going to have the family, so, you know, we'll see what we can do. The other one I'd like to go to is another one that's relatively close to me. It's only like 3 hours away, and that one is Too Many Games. That's usually in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. We'll see about that one though, because I've been wanting to try to go to that one the last couple years. This past year I actually had it. I was set up to go. I hadn't bought my tickets yet, and then something came up at the last minute and I just couldn't go. But that one, it's kind of like a shorter drive for me. Siege is more like about 8-9 hours away from me, so that's a little bit of a longer drive. But we're definitely going to that one. We're going to try to get to the other one as well. As part of that, or just in general, I kind of want to throw out there that there's a couple games that I intend to get. I'm going to set a goal for myself so I have it on video, and it's mostly for me, not so much for sharing with you guys, but what the hell. I want to complete my Tengen NES set. I need 1 more game for that Tengen NES set, and that is Pac-Mania. That's the last one that I need. I've already got the big hitter, which is the Tengen Tetris, so I just need Pac-Mania, and I'll be done. I have all of the Tengen games for the Nintendo Entertainment System. I also want to finish my Black Label Nintendo set, and I need 3 games for that. I need the original Mario Brothers game, which shouldn't be too hard to find. The Donkey Kong Black Label game, which probably shouldn't be too hard to find either. And then the hitter of that bunch, I need the Donkey Kong Junior Map, and that one's like a couple $100, I believe. So that one will be a little bit of a stretch, but we'll see what happens with it. And the last game that I'd like to get is one that I've just been wanting for a couple of years now. And every time I run across it, it's like way more money than what I want to spend on it. I don't know if I'm going to have to just pony up, or hopefully I'm going to get lucky somewhere and find it. But that's Conker's Bad Fur Day for the Nintendo 64. So as far as the systems that I collect for pretty much any system that I have hooked up that I play. But 2 systems that I'm going for mostly, and I say mostly, and you know why, full sets, are the Nintendo Entertainment System and the Nintendo 64. So I need those games that I just listed anyway for those sets, and they're games that I want to complete for little subsets. And Conker's is just a game that I want because I've never had a chance to play it, and I consider myself somewhat of a Nintendo 64 guy. So I want to play the game. That's what I got. That's all I got for this episode here for my little channel update. I just want to say I appreciate you guys all tuning in. You know, when I put the videos out, I try to put videos out. I definitely try to put at least 1 out a week. Most of the time I try to put 2 out a week. We'll see what happens. You know, it's all about scheduling and timing, and you guys know what it's like out there, putting in the work, right? Just for a hobby, but it's fun, and I enjoy talking to you guys and communicating with the community. So until next time, everybody, you all take care of yourself. Cheers. Oh yeah, by the way, we are going to have a game room tour at some point too.